Okay, so this video is just to explain your remote lesson, which is on the Supreme Court case activity of Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas from 1954. So of course this has to do with legalized segregation within public education. This will also be a follow-up activity that will come next week, where we were kind of look at the international perspective of Brown versus Board of Education and kind of look at some of the motivations behind the decision and how this was viewed outside of the U.S. borders. So directions using what you've learned from the slideshow, which we haven't done quite yet, so it's somewhat out of sequence, but that's okay. The essential question is, how has the Constitution been interpreted by the Supreme Court over time and set new standards for acceptable forms of expression? And the question before the court in this particular case is, does the segregation of public education based solely on race violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment? So there's the 14th Amendment coming up again, as it routinely does, as it's one of those very important amendments to the Constitution. So there's an overview of the case that you need to read to give yourself some context, the critique of the decision, and then make sure that when you research, you actually do give an overview, which is a minimum of 3 sentences of the actual news article you chose, with a link, and that does need to tie into the 14th Amendment and any issues that might be existing when it comes to race-based, class-based issues that are going on in the country today, which there are plenty of those. Also, inquiry. You create an open-ended question, which means something that you can't answer yes or no to. You don't have to do the additional research, but you do need to come up with a question of inquiry. Then you need to critique, which means you need to, sorry, that's my dog. It's okay. Come here, Otis. And what is your opinion based on what you have learned from the unit so far? And your critique should hopefully include some vocabulary terms that you looked up previously. All right. Hope you're having a good day. See you guys in class later on.